Do-do. First change. Right. I can hide these. Quick event, run command, execute in, blah blah blah, run TP. Not closest player. If I do a chat command with using @s, it should still, like, we're the ones activating it, right? Question is, where is my Word document with the commands? I feel like it's in Dungeon Mechanism. Yep, that looks right. Run scoreboard, no. Here we are. Does this have any... Yeah, it does. You want the text part. If entity, blah blah blah, not needed. Raw, first person. Then the click events, we don't want to run teleports. Just want to test the give command. So if I do give s Minecraft stone 1, that should be the right order. Click this, you give, get stone. Okay, cool. So that's very useful. No, means I can change these to @s, and then I can. What tag do we need? No, we need a score. Come on, where is it? Opener, not dungeon timer. This one, be setup. That should be S. But here? What is it? Yeah. Anyway. This will prevent people who don't. That should also be 10. Oh. Let's take a look at the whole command. Okay, so execute at the ender pearl that's being thrown, as long as it has the text. Run tell raw at P, the closest person. Unless entity at P. Right, because it prevents it activating till the I is a little bit away. That's fine. And it tells the closest person. Do I like that cost? I guess so. Ooh. And change this to @s. So as long as you are flagged to be able to enter the dungeon, you can enter the dungeon. And the teleport one on this side. Nope, not that one. It's down here. Yeah, there we go. Same, but S. Okay. And give it a go. Just need to back up the world, which is going to be a running trend. Because I don't want to screw anything up. Saves. Press to zip. We're up to 2.16. 0.2.16. Rightio, let's try this out. Slash game mode survival. So we have 10 levels, so it should generate 10 rooms. Being formed, perfect. We're losing experience. It's pulsing the building mechanism. These lighting checks are kind of an issue. Remember to enclose everything as well. Like the bottoms. Should almost be done, and then we should see redstone pop up here, and that's the end mechanism. And we should get another bit of text in chat. Perfect. So we can click on this to enter, and then this is just the prompt saying you'll be notified when it is ready. I do not want to be in survival. Well, aside from someone suffocating. Oh no, not suffocating. Hey, everything is generated. Oh, that means there's a boss in there too. Cool, so we got one room. 10 by 10 should be 3 by 3 plus one room, so it should go one in each direction. Oh, that's nifty. So any head item you put on the fox goes in their mouth? Is that a hand item? Anyway, let's go take a look at the boss. The boss generates. Cool. The spawner and the command block disappear. You have to fight a horde of zombies in this room. It's fine. There's also a ton of spawners in the ground. That's kind of irksome. And that's the edge. So if we go one room over this way, it should be the edge as well. Plus the one extra room, looks like. Oh, there's the extra room. Which is also another boss room. And the looks of it, with the roses, yeah. This is the first big issue I'm running into. Bosses seem to be generating too often. And now I'm infected. So I do want to do a room check while we're here. We generated 10 rooms. There's one boss room. And this should not go any further. Does. Interesting. Oh, okay. I am a bit lost. Another room here. Another room there. It seems like it's more than 10 rooms. One. At least this boundary is easy to see. Two. Three. No, okay, so that's three. What are you... You're trying to get the axle off. Very confused by this too. Because everything on the wiki says that whoever's riding has control. But it doesn't seem like that. It seems like they're bound to the frog. Or maybe they don't try to move when they're throwing. Anyway, so it was 3 across, and it should be 3 high. Which is... Cool. And then the one extra room. So it has been 10 rooms, and there's 2 boss rooms from what I can see. 2 and 10... 20% of the time, that seems too common. Right, none of these are boss rooms. Nope. Oh, there's another one, and it's going to be these... No, we've already treated this one, never mind. I am lost. Which is good. That's the whole point. I want people to get lost. Also... it's not too bad, the tick lag. Okay, let's watch or check the cleanup mechanism. So, we swap the scoreboard. Objectives, display, sidebar, far, dungeon, timer. 76, okay, I also want to see dungeon FK. 8, that doesn't seem correct. Dungeon timer, we'll head outside. Would preferably like to see one of the edges. Doesn't matter. Stuff will vanish either way. Okay, so if we set this scoreboard, players set all dungeon timer. We set it to 1 or 0? 0. We set it to 0. Yeah, you can see it's eating itself essentially. Cool. All the arm stands are gone, and the dungeon is closed off. Means, hey, Armory. Get in there. Okay. I don't think anything can get me here, so we'll go back into survival, and we will give ourselves a bunch of experience. We will do, I don't know, 30 levels. Because the dungeon should still be able to generate while I'm here. And then, scoreboard, we want build check so I can watch it. Yeah, so if we throw this eye, Do end eyes not work in the net? I guess they don't. That's actually interesting to me. Alright, we can test other stuff. If I click on this, yeah, no entity found, so it won't let us teleport. I don't have diamonds. Yeah, we'll go back to the overworld, and we will build another dungeon. Overworld, run, DP0200. Yeah, so we throw this out. Oh, a connection to the Nexus is being formed. Perfect. Build check is going up. Can't really see my experience, but it's going down. Just want to make sure everything has cleared itself and is working so you can obviously do dungeons back to back. The other issue is this is not working accordingly. So execute if entity, just closest player for it to do the timer check. Execute at arm stand. Okay, so this is the first issue because this arm stand isn't loaded. Execute at arm stand unless there's an entity. Yeah, so this check to see if someone's outside of the dungeon will never work. So I need to come up with a different way to test if someone's AFK. Should still be building. Perfect. Should also watch and make sure it builds the other rooms. Because every now and then one of these three should be triggered. Oh, there's medium. And easy. Easy. This should be the last or second last room, right? No, this is the last room. Okay, and then back-ins, we can teleport into the dungeon. We've got a different spawn room, so that's good to see. It's kind of too many spawners. It's the first issue. Wow, there's a lot of spawners in this segment. The spellbooks actually didn't take that long. This took far longer than what I... okay. That would be because... Objective, set display, sidebar. I would assume that the dungeon AFK timer has triggered. No, that's on 0. Okay, I have no idea why the dungeon just closed. Yeah, so the spellbook... After the first one, the commands are really straightforward. The only issue was coming up with different effects. As for this system, I was hoping to get done in like a week, and so far it's been a month. But it's mainly because I've been getting more and more complex with the rooms they're generating. Like this whole cube is the brain. I know I still have segments, you know, like RAM slots, if you will, to add more stuff to the layout generation. But I'm really curious why the dungeon time went off. It's probably this one. What's my... Yeah, so it was definitely this dungeon AFK, which got reset anyway. So that hit 15. So this whole check doesn't really work. Which I don't know if I need. I'd like some way for the player to reset the dungeon manually. Because right now it's just a 70-minute or so timer. But at least I know the cleanup works perfectly. Like, we're back to, yeah, normal tick levels. The room generation, though, that's a bit of a pickle. I feel like some of these are going off when they shouldn't. 48, 48, so they've all run. 47, no, that's 19, right? Yeah, so that was previous testing. 47, 47. Yeah, so they're fine. Just have to make sure this rework mechanic is correct. Because I saw this middle room. I really got to come up with proper names for them. Both of these should have generated in that level 30 segment. Don't know why they didn't. Also just disable this while I'm at it. Oh, I did. Do that one too, so they don't delete the dungeon. All right, we'll get insane with it. Pop down. I need a little platform viewing. Roughly here. Yeah, I can kind of see. Game mode, survival, do experience, set us 169. So this is the biggest dungeon you could possibly generate. We'll throw out Ender Pearl. Being formed. No, I'll just pop down here. The easy's working. We should see some of these 3 trigger. Hopefully. It almost seems like they're overriding one another, and it's not creating variation. You know what it is? One, I'm in survival. That would probably be helpful to remember. I lost my experience, so it finished. Which is also cool. These commands down here. I don't have sort random. That's what's going on. So the default is whatever closest, so it always picks the same room to generate on, which is always the central room. Anyway, we might as well go check out the nexus that did generate. We got a resource room, some horsies. That was the other issue. They need to be tamed so they don't kick off the villagers. Zoglins aren't aggressive? Sorry, not Zoglins, Hoglins. Yeah, you're on a wall. Oh well. Bound to happen. You have proper trades? You do. It's good to see. I mean, a lot of stuff is working. It's definitely overkill on the spawners. Well, I suppose people just have to go and destroy them quick enough. I mean, the amount of entities isn't overwhelming. But then you do have the normal nether generation stuff happen too. Okay, but that's actually a good test to run. So because I died and I lost all my experience, the system does turn off and stop generation. And we might as well watch it delete itself around us. So if we do the scoreboard, where is it? It'll be somewhere, yeah. Dungeon target 0. Yeah, there we go. These bedrock walls are a bit irksome. Not sure why. Not able to delete some of them. The cube should encapsulate it all. I mean, they get cleaned up when it generates again, so it's not a huge deal. It's just bothersome to me because I like having everything in the system ironed out. Also, just leaving here, the entities should despawn. Also, really like that a portion of it is over the basalt biome, so you get the nice white ash effect. Anyway, I'm going to just load the backup because I prefer starting from scratch where I haven't generated any dungeon. And I will just be a little sec. Right, load up the previous save, and then fix everything we just talked about. Fairly simple. And just rinse and repeat till the system's done, essentially. Yeah, blue Gatorade is horrible. Okay, first little tweak. All of these need sort random, so it does pick a random one. Copy and paste over. The horse tamed issue is a bit more of a concern. I need to look that up. Oh, you know what? I can just test it. I would assume if a tamed horse, if a horse is tamed, that it won't buck anything off it. Got skeleton. Well, it's probably the same for all of them, to be honest. They probably all need the flag. Carrot's right. Oh. Wheat. What makes a horse like you? Yeah, wheat. Straight away. Look like it straight away. Look like hearts. Don't move. Go the other way. Grab a lead and then I'll build around you instead of trying to put you in a ditch. Please, just be good. Back this way. What am I doing? God, it's been too long since I played survival. Gotta get entity, thank you. Okay. Age, variant, no. In love, no. Forced age. What am I looking for? Tame. So all the entities need tame 1B. Curious if they need the owner tag. The issue is I now have to look up every command block that has a horse, a skeleton horse, or a zombie horse, and fix it. I need my good old Word document. Control F. Horse. Next. There's two types in easy. It's annoying. There is none in medium, that helps. There is none in hard, that is also great. There is one in outpost. There is none in resource. And there is none in treasure. Yeah, so in the outpost room is in the last spawner. So if I go to the outpost chain, which is you, and I find the spawners, there should somewhere be a horse in this giant wall of text. So I get the fun thing of deleting them all and replacing them. And then on hard, there was none, I've already forgotten. There was some on medium, right? Yeah. No, there was two on easy, and it's the last two. Should be this one, and this one. Okay. How do I... damn it. I need to figure out where to put it in, so I can just use the replace in Excel. As you can see, this is where my command knowledge wanes. I do have to test a lot of things out. Figure them. block, we want entity, temper. Oh, temper's actually... Is that the other variable? Do I just decrease their temper and then they'll stop bucking? Let's see what the wiki says. Blah, tamed, untamed, can be led by horses. Good on you for using Giddy Up. Food, health. Of course, there's nothing really on if you were to stick a mob on it. I suppose I should just generate a horse with a mob on it and use that as a benchmark. Then if it bucks it off, I know it's bad. Let's just use a command generator. Temper. High values make your horse easier to tame. High values make it easier to tame. Interesting. Okay, so if we stick a zombie on a horse... No, husk. It won't burn in the daylight. Of course, I click horse. So let's just try this. And stop using Giddy Up. It literally kicked it off right away. You do a little better. Yeah. And if we tame the horse... Please don't kick it off. I need a sword so I can clean up. Still on it. Great. That's what we want to see. Guys have pretty high HP. Okay, it looks like, yeah, if I just flag tame, it is fine. So the question is, how do I do this? It goes before passenger. But I need, which means it goes on the same thing as ID, right? Probably, yeah. So if I just look for horses in my Excel sheet, I should be able to replace it with ID horse and then tame. That should be fine. You know what I didn't look for? No, I did horse, which should flag skeleton horse and everything. In fact, I should be able to... Not that you guys can see, I'm just sort of talking gibberish. Because all horses would end in horse, dash. So we're replacing horse with horse, dash, tame. Capitalize? It is. Tame, dash, 1B. And I need the quotation marks and horse. Let's, fingers crossed that this works. 16 replacements, it's good. And then outpost was the other one. I'll just do all the spreadsheets just to make sure it doesn't exist in any of them. You guys should be able to hear the ding sound though when I... Oh. It exists in resource as well. That's worrisome. Where are you in resource? You're apparently the first command block. Be this chain. Okay, no big deal. While I'm on the resource, as it is, should probably put these command blocks first. hopefully I didn't delete the wrong outpost one. No good, it's last. If it was first, it's actually over there. Okay. Copy and paste time. Ah, damn it. What does it want exactly? $3.95, so it'd be down here somewhere. Interesting. I have put in quotation marks on tame. At least that's easy enough to fix. Place. Ah, okay, I see what's done, because I haven't excluded it from here. Point, we just do this. Again, not that you guys can see what I'm doing. Just know that it should be better now. Cool. Sorry, I have like side thoughts a lot. So I figured out why the boss rooms are common. So with my randomizer is technically weighted. It's a lot easier for lower numbers to appear than higher numbers. And because of that, the special boss, which is the highest number, doesn't roll correctly. In fact, the boss rooms in general, they have two very low numbers. So because of that, they don't generate as often. Essentially, I should just give them all three high numbers. Okay. Be this command block. Which is actually something I should have considered earlier. It means this whole system is actually skewed. And X things are a lot easier to happen. I do apologize if you can hear my dog with possums. It goes a bit wild at night. And then there was one. This was the final two commands. Just to double check. Perfect. 16. Do it from the inside, since I have the glowstone as reference. Not glowstone, shroomite. Basically the new glowstone. The only good thing about Excel is I know if I've definitely copied something. Or yellow, so we know the command is right. Good. And done. Perfect. Right. I don't need this anymore. And now we just need to fix the boss rooms. Okay, so currently this line, so the bosses spawn on 4, 9, and 14. With 4 highly likely, 9 moderately likely, and 14 very unlikely. Ideally, I want to push these all to one end. Which doesn't really work either. In fact, I need to skew them in the middle. Because all of the normal room generation alternates between that one. 4 and 10 and 8 and 14, which is also a horrible design in hindsight. Because this room is more likely than this room. And this room alone is less likely than 2 rooms. Which is actually why I get no rooms more often than all rooms. Which isn't a horrible thing. How could I fix it? I could slow down the random generator. Or essentially I need... Where even is it? Be up here somewhere. I think my render distance is reduced at the moment because of the lag. Yeah, it's up there. The issue with this system is it's half command blocks, half redstone. Meaning it's not instantaneous. So for something up here to pulse, even if you get a number from up here, the system's going to recycle itself quicker. By the time it gets up here, the interval is reduced. Still debating. Do I like that design? It's good on the loot boxes, because it means they're really heavily skewed in favor of lesser items. I just need to clean up. Put the bosses all to the end zone. I would like bosses to be less common. At the same time, I don't want you to have to do a ton of dungeons. It's probably better off if I just do the middle interval. So I do 3 digits. Would be 8, 9, 10. No, it would be 7, 8, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. This is what takes me ages. Is deliberating on just this one single digit and what should be. So this is 4 to 10, and this is 8 to 14. So the overlap is 8 to 10. Meaning if I do 8, 9, 10, for instance, the boss room will only generate when the room generates the majority of rooms. Which I don't like. I'd rather the bosses generate when there's hardly any other rooms. So I probably want to put it on the higher side. In fact, if this hits 15 or 16, no rooms generated. I don't like that there's nothing generating on 1 or 2. So that's something I need to fix on the top as well. Hmm. I suppose the simplest thing to do is just change it and and see how it feels. $14, $15, $16 seems bad. Then bosses or boss rooms would actually feel special. Eventually you'll get sick of it because it is the same set of bosses. Alright. I will do 14, 15, 16. $14 to $16. And then this all goes bye-bye. It's going to be fun to edit on all 6 of them. And then all of the unconditional ones get changed. So 14, at least that one was simple. Should be 15. I'm on the wrong command block. $15 and $16. Yeah. Which one is meant to be the boss? This is meant to be the boss. This raises 2 very important questions. I was sure you could use set block to generate water in the nether. But if that was the case, this should have always been occurring because there is no boss in this command block. Is there a boss in this one? Yeah. And in this one? I just totally spaced. Or I accidentally deleted it at some point. Probably the former. Tag. And then run. Should just be set block spawner. But the coordinates are probably the most important part. I need to find the boss. Dungeon bosses. Are you correct? You look correct. But you're not correct because you don't have item. Dungeon mechanisms? Nope. I have too many Word documents. Dungeon mob misc. That sounds kind of right. It is. Actually, I suppose conditional doesn't trigger if there's nothing in the command block. That might be the case. So I can't copy that one first. That needs to go first. And then I can copy the boss in. Yeah. Okay, so that's the boss. This is set to 16. Set to... Why is there an empty space? Right, that should be a loot box. Lucky these things are easy. I must have accidentally deleted it at some point. Definitely got all the coordinates because it was yellow. Yeah. From disabled slots. Perfect. Okay. Let me back it up first, and then I want to try some setting water in the nether. We'll call this 2.17. And all my music's gone too. Shoots in nether. TP, sorry, run, TP 01290. Yeah, no. Of course water works. I've seen water. I don't know why I need to test that then. I've seen water in the dungeon before. That's actually good to know, that that teleport is right here. Okay, so I need to change the randomizer for all the other ones. And then I need to work on the AFK detection. Which I just have to do the opposite. I execute at a player unless there's the armor stand in a set distance from them. Unless they're in the dungeon, then the timer goes up. Yeah, that's simple enough. This was 14 to 16. Less statements are no longer needed. And any one of these needs to be fixed. I guess dungeons will be considerably unlikely. 15. Of course it's hidden. And 16. Inside and back, it doesn't really matter. Maybe I should make it 16, because 16 is a bit too variable. No, but I want to cover nothing generated. Okay. I mean, internally, this should all be separate too, because they're split segments. Right? Actually, don't know. Need to watch it next time. I feel like this is tied to the previous room. I want to make this more common. This one In fact, all three of these could probably be the central numbers instead. Oh, and actually, I've got to get rid of the unless statements on this one. Better. I think I'll make these slightly more likely. Instead of 4 to 16, we'll do 7 to 10, since that's the center. Means that this one. I suppose this should always generate. There's only one boss. You know what? That's not needed, actually. 50-50 chance, we'll call it. We'll do 8 and 9. Even that's wrong anyway. And say it rolls 9. It'll spawn the boss. Oh, I guess guess I think ahead. It's already set to 9. Right, I didn't change this one. I'm not getting confused, am I? No. But the room can generate on 8 or 9. Yeah. This one there is 2 bosses. So like 3 numbers. 4 to 14 can be. This one should be 7 to 9. Did get rid of the other stuff on this command, yeah. There is no unless. So I did 8 or 9. I did 7 to 9. The bosses will generate on 7 or 9, but not 8. So this one can have 1 unless statement. The first boss will generate on 7. Then the second boss will generate on 9. And then this room, there is, I think there's 5 bosses. And this being the sort of challenge segment, I would almost like them to always generate. I suppose I can do the high values again. Let me look at it from this side. So 5 digits. Start at the middle. 8. So 2 on either side. Makes it 6 to 10. 6 to 10. And they're moderately likely to occur. There's still a chance that they won't, but it could. Or I make them highly likely, given the fact that it's meant to be the challenge rooms. If I do 1 to 5, there's such a great chance that you fight something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whatever. 1 to 5. I could split up though. Or just do 1 to 5. Yeah, and this is all like theory. Wish I could just see it in practice. This needs the if statement. No, because this is conditional. Oh, it doesn't matter. Consistency's sake, I'll put it in. Okay, first boss. Be on 5. I want to count backwards. So the other bosses are the rarest. 5. 4. No. They can be 2 to 3. Sorry, 2 to 4. And lucky 2. Okay, so that's that. I also need to take... No, therefore... I still need to put something in these. Not... Oh, I haven't picked blocks, have I? That's fine. Okay, we'll fix the AFK timer. It's the next step. So if I just reverse this, so instead of being executes at blah blah, as this should be E, this should be the arm stand. And then this should be at players executes. So it should actually be as all who have scores. Build. Yeah, no, build, no, B, setup. I can remember stuff. At execute as all who have that, unless, and then it'll add dungeon AFK to them. So if you're not in range of the dungeon, or if you're not, say, in the dungeon, your AFK time will go up, and then if it reaches 15, so 15 minutes, the dungeon will close. Whew. Progress. Back it up and test it out. We'll hop on our little platform. Game mode, survival, experience, set. How many levels should we do? It's 2.5 seconds per level. Every 10 levels is 25 seconds, every 20 levels is 50 seconds, call it a minute for 48 is 2 minutes. Yeah, we'll do 96. Okay, this is gonna run. No, I did it, didn't I? I can't remember. Did I put these to random? I did, thank God. Let's just throw the eye. It won't be inspired. Enjoy the loading bars. It's gonna take a while. Would also like to see. So it is stuttering, which is to be expected. You know, it's placing a lot of blocks. It's not horrendous. You probably should wait. But it's definitely a good sign. If I did it all at once, the game would die. Right, 80 to go. Be nice if there was some music. I have no idea why it just stops. No? You have to set coordinates? No, you'd have to set volume. This is very quiet, is it? I guess the dragon sound is not great. Oh, it's almost done. 5, 4. Kind of taking more than 2.5 seconds per level. Last one. We should get a message in chat. Perfect. Yeah, and I'm not ballsy enough to do it in survival. Off we go. Boss room, it's good. Stuff generating walls or fire. What boss do we get? This is nightmarish. Ah, living enchantment trove. I haven't set up the boss bars for any of the new bosses. Well, I guess since they fight each other, the monstrous amount of spawners isn't horrible. Anyway, let's explore. Mainly curious about boss rooms and room variation. I want to see all 3 specialty types of rooms. Oh, we got a medium. No boss though. That's the edge.
We will start going this way. Oh, boss, you are annoying. How long is it? Thank God. Where did I come from? I think I came from that way. Oh, right. I understand why this didn't generate. Because it got bisected. A horrible loop. What is with your head? I guess it looks alright. You go enjoy the hunt. Oh, we got a hard room. Boss? No boss? No boss. Boss? Is this a boss room? No. I'm not seeing outposts like I would like to see. We'll add another edge. Oh, boss, what are you? Wolves, that's fine. Where's one of your HPs less? Not too much of a big deal. Poor turtle. Right, another edge. Yeah, so I'm not seeing specialty rooms outside of that first one. Was a slime boss, which was good. I'm already lost. Well, this is a great room. Oh, here we are. This is one of the harder rooms. And the boss should be up here. Nope. Okay, never mind. The boss didn't generate. Is this... The harder rooms and the medium rooms look very similar. This is interesting. Don't quite remember generating this. Field totem. Ah, you're the boss. The boss who now just suffocates. Cool. Yeah, so I think I need to make the room generation always hit. I mean, these rooms aren't horrible, just very bare. This is another boss. That's Scale again. Oh, but purple. Purple loot box. Good job. Another boss. This should be the zombie boss. More empty. Backrooms level. I'm afraid I don't know what that is. Yeah, it's coming along nicely. There's still some issues. I can't seem to get these specialty rooms to generate, and I need to figure out why. Probably a typo somewhere. That makes the most sense. But all in all, you can generate the maximum structure. It cleans up really nicely too. We'll head to the top. So if I scoreboard, is set our dungeon timer to 0. You can see it's vanishing slowly. It gets dissected, so it doesn't cause too much lag. Little by little, each room is being deleted. Oh, there's that one. And that one. Then obviously if I leave, the mobs should all go bye-bye. Execute in. Okay. I don't know why I'm doing that. I made backups. Let's say the Backrooms is an extremely expensive, creepy pasta that plays with the idea of non-clipping out of reality into... Interesting. It does get very confusing with the layouts, I gotta say. Especially because it doesn't generate in a full circle, so to speak. Like sometimes you think you're in a box and you go to one side and then this side here you can actually go up. Yeah, it gets confusing. But anyway, I've only ever seen these ones generate once, which is a problem. So when this gets triggered, it finds one of the armor stands that has build and has clear, and it gets clear from building a normal room, so this is meant to replace those rooms. Language is fine, clear is spelt the same way, and then adds rework. The rework should allow the new room to form. Rework, build, clear. Armor stand. I mean, that's all fine. It needs clear, so this should always act exclusively of that segment. I don't want this to loop into the next system, but I do want to try it out. We'll do that, and we will pick this one. When I stick an armor stand here with build, I should be able to manually trigger it again. Pulse this to there, cycles, built, good. And then if I pulse this one, it should replace it. Which it has. So it's not the building that's an issue. Right, the barrier blocks aren't removed yet. The issue stems from this system. Be hard, be outpost, be treasure. I mean, they're getting triggered. Resource. Why does that look like it's spelled wrong? And they are set right now. What's it not? Ah, that's why I've only ever seen one of each of them. Which means I have to redo that segment. Oh, it's a nasty one to have to pull apart. Luckily, I still have my command block generator.
need this. Except it needs to be set instead of add. I must click cancel. No. Don't do anything. And then I just need 3 of them. Let's do this so I can remember that there are 3 types. That's not good. This time I click cancel. And I did not change the add. And I don't know which is which. Okay, so that's resource. Resource goes in the middle. Treasure. And then outpost. I mean, I shouldn't be using shroom light anyway. I should just fill it in with something that doesn't, you know, cause lighting updates. I don't know if you're still around, Swix. There was something I wanted to ask. As someone who has a bit more experience with Redstone commands, there was something to do with cleaning this up to optimize the command blocks to lower the ticks. I remember. Might have been just about the lighting updates. If I'm better off just filling everything in fully. Right, I have my little diagram. Start with outpost. There. Make sure it's working. Set outpost, yep. And this goes diagonal all the way to the last one. Sorry, not to the last one. Then subsequently, any other outposts begin on the outer. They go to the outside. 3 outer. Outer. Okay, so that's them. Don't want outposts anywhere else. I think the goal was to have 20 of each specialty room. So that's 60 out of 198 or 199. At 169. Then resource should be this one. Which is just a cross pattern. 5 out. Alright, so it's 5 by 4, and then lucky last. The treasure rooms. A lot more confusing. Where'd they go? It's like 1. No, it was 5 per, so it was 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And I was not checking these, but they are correct. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay. It should be a lot better. I will get rid of these before I use them. And back up the world again. Hey, Sub-Zero. Did you know you can manipulate the shops in Soda Dungeon 2? Yeah. So you can get certain items by doing certain floors. Which is sort of just dropped a bomb in my runs. Any percent doesn't change, but the all dimension stuff, obviously it helps immensely. Ooh, did you work your magic? No, I don't. I'm still mapping now. I had the full run recorded, so I decided I just wanted to get it all done and then post it slowly. And then none of it's useful because the shop manipulation just completely changes Dimension 1. Because although grinding and farming more is still a thing, I can now do it a lot quicker because I can get guaranteed gold shields and lucky clovers, which is just huge on how much time that can save. Well, I shouldn't say save, more so the amount of time I can reinvest, because I can get a lot more gold a lot quicker. You'd still apply, just need a soda junkie. Like a mock run, do you mean? Oh, the run still applies. Yeah, that's a fair point. But I know I can... Yeah. I do have the footage somewhere, I think. That's actually a good point. I probably should do something with it. I've also been way too narrow-minded on the mystics too. Like dark mages are really just a lot better. Oh, and fourth is still like you're what the best on Android, no? But then fourth overall. It's 5. 51 minutes compared to 20s. Like you said, could just be better now. Still a good run. I mean, my first serious run was like an hour something. And you still have other stuff to put up with on Android, don't you? Technically, you can still shave time too. Because I was... In that run, I was way too narrow-minded. I think, like, the segments for 70 to 90, I always try to get full mystics, which is just dumb, because you don't need them. In fact, you don't really need the bed, even. Like, the only time... So each segment requires X mystics, yeah? So, floor 60, floor 70 require 2 mystics, and then 80, 90 require 3. And the Dark Lord, I suppose you do kind of need 6 just to be able to out DPS him. But you could also accomplish the same thing with upgrading your weapons, which is something I neglect. Like, it's not too expensive buying three blue smithing shards for an extra, was it like 3 damage, I think? Plus the slight crit chance. I honestly think you can get sub 25. You really grinded it. Oh, now I feel like shit too. Damn. Oh, the flags just went right over the top of my head, because, right, he's got the Ukrainian flag, doesn't he? By his name. Yeah, that explains why he never got back to me. Especially because, like, when I don't want to say antagonizing him, but reaching out to him was at the start of all that. Issue was the Canadian one, not available on Twitch, etc. No contact external. Hmm. Why does the music just stop? I got some time. Essentially, I'm just generating a dungeon, and it takes a while. Let's look at the leaderboard. I'm very curious about this 3 month ago person, actually. Volta. They've only got 1 run. Oh, they did on Twitch. Other than that, we're the only 3, right? Is The other thing I neglected on all dimensions is using the arena. Because I was avoiding it because I was doing it segmented. Obviously, I could just, wait 2 hours and do it each time. But, it's a 10-hour-ish run. You could do the arena 5 times. Well, more realistically, say 3 or 4, given how long you spend in Dimension 1. But still a huge boost. No. See, the timer on the right has to get to 169, and then my experience has to drop down to 0. I'm like stress testing my random generation, and it takes 2.5 seconds per room generated. Because that's bad enough, all the red bars. If I did it all at once, the game would probably crap itself. So I've got like a good... We're like halfway? 2/3. So I've got a good like 3 minutes. Yeah, the speed runs for Minecraft now, that's a whole different ballpark. Like, you think Soda Dungeon's pretty RNG, especially some of the bosses, but then Minecraft. I just don't get how they get so good at, like, sight reading. So they, like, the random seed runs. I know the seeded runs are probably the one you're talking about. So that's where people just really hammer it out. But even, like, the seed lists is pretty insane. Hey, Ancient Diavolo. If you're curious, just generating some random dungeons, taking a little bit of time, and discussing speedruns. Oh no, I definitely don't have like the mouse skills for Minecraft. So close. 30 more rooms to go. I'm curious if I can play it. Keep forgetting I'm not in creative. I grab an egg. Next level 2. Ah, cool. So the lag's not that bad. Because it's impossible to TAS. Go slowed to 1/8. Well, I guess that kind of takes the muscle control out of it at 1/8 speed. The best Soda Dungeon character, Ancient Diavol Low, is asking if you're interested, sub, because I know you can weigh in. I can mediate between the two of you, since one of you's on Twitch and then one of you's on YouTube. By far the best Soda Dungeon character is the Mystic. There is no... Well, I guess if you're talking late game. Okay, for anything but late game, the Mystic is by far the best character. Late game, the best character has to be the Wizard, because it's, it's necessary for any of the high speed runs. But no character has better stat distribution in terms of leveling or inbuilt regen. Like, mana regen is just so significant in Soda Dungeon. Like, there's no way you could do a reasonable speed run of all dimensions if you didn't have mana regen. It would just be insanely slow. After that, it'd probably have to be the nurse, because, well, healing's like the next best thing. Come on. 5 more rooms. Yeah, the Wizard has like the long game necessity, so to speak. Although if you're doing like AFK, I guess the janitors kind of have a necessity to themselves. I don't know. The janitor enemies aren't really troublesome. The issue is you reopen the. Yeah, okay, I understand that argument, but he's not like the. Well, he's the best character, but he's not the best unit in that scenario. Okay, so best character is the wizard. Best unit is the mystic. Best unit late game is the wizard. Ah, wait. I gotcha. What about Dimension... The one with the Dark Lord? Dimension 3, I think it is, or Dimension 4? The Dark Lord is the one that gives you the crystal. So without him, you couldn't get past Dimension 3. Or 4, whichever one it is. Okay, let's go explore. I did back this up, right? I hope so. Cool. So we got a boss room. With a ton of spawners. Ah, I just realized what it's doing. It's not replacing the spawners from the previous room. Why is there no boss? Right, because this doesn't always generate with a boss. Ooh, I am noticing something a bit worrisome. Why are these all the same? I mean, they're not the same, obviously, but they were a cluster of the same style of rooms. What if I just play Dimension 1? What about that? I'm actually really curious about Dimension 1. Like, obviously you can... well, actually, I assume you can gain essence if you get a character to 50 in So Dungeon 2. But can you unlock all the other buildings? I don't know, the arena isn't prompted till Dimension 2, so... Yeah, I don't know. I might try Dimension 1 only runs in the future. Although if I'm going to do that, I might as well go back to So Dungeon 1, do like a playthrough again, get re-immersed, and then join you on the Dimension 1 grind sub. Oh, we got a boss. We got wolves. Eh. Well, I'm seeing decent amount of variation. Bosses. Water. Kind of a weird room. Oh no, it kind of just looks like everything's working. Another boss. What are you? Other one. Orange loot. Yeah, it's a pretty decent chest. You have full set of armor. This wall is not good. Why is there a wall here? I feel like the ice or something melted. It's like bedrock. I mean, it gets cleared up next time everything generates anyway, so it's not a huge deal. This is a nightmare though, this sand. It is not how I sort of intended it to be. All unlock category. So you'd have to get one class to 50. That would get you essence. Yeah, I honestly, I don't know if it unlocks everything. I mean, surely they'd have a flag in the game. I mean, you came out, that's fine. I just don't like these giant gaps. So, oh, I suppose it's not horrible. It makes you dig out the room. Yeah, it turned 26 minutes into like 26 days. What boss are you? Ooh, that's interesting. You should have a boss bar, because you're your existing boss. Thank you. Don't pull me back. Aside from probably dying a bunch if you actually attempt this, I think it's pretty good. Longest speedrun is 42 days for a Stickman game. Well, you could actually... It's okay. It's 60,000 experience to get to 50. It takes like 3 hours, round it up. 3 hours to get 5,000. 6,000. We'll fudge the numbers a little bit. So 3 hours to get 5,000, so it takes 30 hours to get something to level 50. So that's already, like, Dimension 1, just to get a character to 50 is already 50 hours. They recorded for 1,000. Oh, how much space would that take up? I suppose they could just record it in, like, horrible... What's the lowest? 360p or whatever? So I've only seen 2 types of rooms. Like, of the special rooms. Actually, no, I've only seen one. I've only seen the end sort of type of rooms. So I am kind of only going on the outside. Proof. Since it repeats, it has to be continuous. I mean, if you got the time. I mean, like So Dungeon, I could leave it and then come back later. Feels like 13 by 13. Honestly, I'd like to see some of the other rooms. Slash some of the other bosses too. Actually, I've seen the polar bear and the wolf, so I've seen all 3 bosses for the ice caves. Speaking of which, there's one. I need to sort of start going through the central rooms. Also, the lag's not horrible. Yeah, 53, so it's maintaining. Medium... Don't think I've seen any of the medium bosses. Oh, there's one. This is the little sand creatures. These guys. Oh, here's one of the specialty rooms we haven't actually been into, so that's nice. We got the other boss, so we've seen both bosses in here. But I haven't seen any outposts or treasure rooms. There has to be an outpost because you came from somewhere. Where did you come from? There's another end room. There's two of them. I feel like I'm back near the star. Yeah, we're going to the outskirts because these are older rooms again. Another end room. Boss. Well, looks fine. Just kind of have to test the generation more. Honestly, could just been unlucky. The other rooms just didn't develop properly. Or got replaced. But there should be a decent chance that there's a few of them. Go through the easiest segments. If we can spot anything else generating. I'm actually curious if these trees will grow. Like they should. Yeah, they do. They'll just take time. I'm happy with the boss adjustments. There's some weird stuff happening. And there's some room generation that isn't happening either. Okay, if you exist, that means this room was initially a villager outpost, and then got replaced. I think I need to flag the room so it can't be remade after it's remade. That sort of makes sense. The amount of spawners is also worrisome. Anyway. I should just look when I made the last update. $10.57. Spent about 7 or so minutes waiting for it to generate. Do I trust that this is the right one? No, I honestly don't. I can watch my stream, can't I? Figure out when. Do I rewind or do I have to... Probably have to wait till it's over and look at the VOD. Oh, no, okay, perfect. The 10:37 is roughly half an hour ago. No, it's not. 47 is more like 40 minutes. I did quit out. Which means I backed up the world. Okay. Ali's working. No, because that is not how you spell treasure. Outpost we know does work, they were just being replaced. Makes me think that the outpost tag is not giving itself rework or something. No, it is, it's removing rework. Limit 1, is that necessary? No, it's not removing rework because it's clear as blacklisted. Yeah, so the last one that procs, it's converting all the rooms to that. So the last one to proc should be this one, which is not treasure, because treasure's misspelled, so it is resource, so that's why they're all resource rooms. Ah, mystery solved. These should not have the exclamation marks. This one does not. But that is resource, so it doesn't really matter, because it still does exactly what I said, even without that. Should mean I don't need to blacklist it. I can still make rooms turn into other rooms. There should still be a decent enough chance. Okay, the next issue. Some of the room layouts were not generating. These are all conditional, so that's fine. This one, they're not. And that's the hassle. Because this stuff is being generated regardless. In fact, a lot of these are. That's why all the spawners spawn into. Because my understanding was if this doesn't go off, then that doesn't go off, which means that the ones down here don't trigger, which is wrong. Essentially, everything in a line needs to be conditional. Which means I need to sort of think about it. Because I don't want to downgrade the clutter, essentially. It means I probably need to upgrade the spawners, like increase the amount that occur. It means I have to rework all of them. That's a hassle in itself. I almost need to separate these lines. And have this generates redstone if this goes off, and then triggers the stuff in it. That would be the best solution. It's probably not what I'm going to do, because that's a lot of work, and I want to be done, essentially. Okay, so that's a room issue. I need to replace all of these. That's the bigger issue. I need to spell properly. Outpost problem was the fact that I was just being converted. This problem was the fact that I can't spell treasure. So if we look at these, yeah, treasure doesn't exist. 1, 2, 1, 2. No. No? Is that salvageable? Not really, because I have no idea what type of room that should be. That's medium, so that should probably be medium too. If I look at the diagonal, which I can't really get to. Diagonal would be this one. Okay, I think it's fine. If I do it like this. Okay, don't accidentally delete stuff. It's slow and steady. 3, 1, 2. 2, 3. 1, 2. Already gone. 2, 3. 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's that room issue solved. The next issue is this stuff. I'd have to make them all conditional, which doesn't work. The reason that doesn't work is that means that this would not trigger independently of this. Yes, it would, because they're on randomizers. No, that's the whole reason why it wouldn't. I literally need this to power this chain. That's really just a shot to the guts. This whole system is an issue. This chain doesn't work either. I have a little bit of leeway, actually. I can... No, I can't. So I can take out this column and do something with it. The issue is the easiest fix I can think of is to use a comparator, because that detects when this activates. I don't want to do that because redstone is horrendous, and B, I can't obviously stack them. Oh, why the generation is kind of random too. I honestly might just have to rework the whole system. Probably means I am done for now. You know, we'll try one more dungeon and just make sure we can see all 3 room types. But I'm gonna have to give this serious thought. How I want to rework it. .2.20. Okay, we won't. No, we'll go crazy. I'll still do a huge dungeon. I'll do like 80. It should be enough rolls on the other rooms. We can just enter the dungeon straight away. If I throw 2, that activates it. If I throw another one, we can go straight away. The rooms will generate as we go. Right, but the barrier blocks don't disappear till the whole thing's generated. That was a bad choice. And this room got converted. At least we know that that does work. Let's just sit on the roof. We can watch it build, I guess. So it should build this segment, eventually. Oh, there we go. 19, 20. Ooh. Can we chase it? No, it's gonna outspeed us.
Well, I suppose I just wait. One 30 to go. What was that sound? Ten rooms to go. Yep. 2.5 seconds sure does add up. Though I would assume the majority of people would, you know, do like 30 levels, because that's about, well, that's like typical max level in Minecraft. Should be done, and we'll get a chat message. Perfect. Nice welcome party. Glad you're suffocating. Okay, so this is special room type 1. We're looking for the end stone, and then we're looking for a dangerous one too. This generation's kind of funky. See, some of the generation I don't mind. The biggest issue is the spawners. The amount of spawners that are being generated. This is the end room, so that's good too. We're just looking for one more type of room. How many chances should we have had? 80 levels. Where's the start? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 13. 80 is 4 by 4 is 16. Backwards. 9 by 9 is 81, so the 9 by 9 segments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there was 4 chances. Wow, that's not great. There's 4 chances for these special rooms. Well, if it's worth a laugh, it's worth a laugh. God, I just want to find this room. It's not the room. I'm always curious what the loot's like. I would use spectator mode, but spectator mode is slow. That's an edge. Just prove to me that they exist. I can be happy. Back to leaves. Is this it? No. No. I don't think so. What's the boss? No, it's not it. It looks like this, but it's not this. You can also go faster. Yeah, yeah. Like if you examine closely, obviously, this is not good architecture or rooms. At the same time, it's pretty alright. Like I wouldn't mind spending an hour in survival, trying to survive. Dead end. There's an easier way for me to honestly test if the rooms generate. Just want to make sure. Oh, we'll make it disappear. Oh, that one got deleted. This might help me see. Oh, and I look back in the room we were just in got deleted. There's also, yeah, I was going to say there's way too many enemies generating. The spawners are definitely an issue, I need to fix that. We're starting to get lag. They don't run, they burn. Or more likely, I fly. Oh, well, I'm not exploring that room. You done yet? No, there's still a few left. Ah, damn it. Here's one of the rooms I was looking for. They're slightly different, it's a bit darker, and obviously there's the iron. Okay, at least I know they generate now. Oh. Oh. Never mind. Right, and that should fix that. Well, not completely, but it does help with the lag issue. Okay, so everything is generating. I just honestly have to decipher this issue. Essentially, I don't want this line to trigger unless this triggers. The easiest thing would be to pulse it all. Doesn't really work because I've built them too close to one another. I honestly might just have to rip it all out and start again. Annoying as that sounds. Or I need to think of some sort of condition. Something that this command block causes that these can read and use. Tag it. I make this first column tag the ampersand, and I just move this command over to here. And then I can have this whole line only run if that tag is met. It's still a lot of work to rewrite it. Oh no. What time is it? Yeah. Such a shitty feeling. I thought I had this done ages ago and we just had to make sure everything down here was working. Now that everything down here is working, this is no good. Oh, I'm gonna leave it there. You can delete the world. Anything else I really want to do? I'm gonna rework that. I could move everything here as well. Then I can get rid of the chunks that are being loaded. Do I honestly rebuild it? This sounds so insane to me. I mean, I have everything. I can just copy and paste over. Probably take me a day. I mean, this side of things is pretty easy to move as well. What's it? 3G. How much of it do I have to move exactly? I only have to move these. Can't go down. I can barely go up. Yeah, I'm gonna sleep on it. Anyway, so thanks for hanging out. And anyone else watching, wherever you are, thank you. And anyone watching post. Ugh. And good night.